Hey, what's going on, guys? Bob Mentality here. Real quick, I want to talk to you about my thoughts on GME and AMC and how I'm looking at these to play here in the near future. And I'll give you some of my thoughts on these respectively. So with GME, the main thing you need to focus on is essentially what happened for these names and other meme stock names was that Cohen came out and said he had a stake in them and they went up. Okay, I mean, we saw GME double in what, 7, 8 days? Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, 8 days, essentially more than doubled, right? And closed above double. Then you have AMC that's up a ton off the lows over the same time period, an absolute ton. It actually rejected 34 here intraday. Two massive moves on two previous runners we had in the past, moving up into a prior supply zone. Same thing for AMC, same thing for GME here. A ton of supply in this area from a lot of bags, a lot of people holding, a lot of I think shorts trapped on the wrong side, and that's what's been fueling this extremely parabolic move on both names and causing a lot of retail to chase in. No fundamental changes have occurred. Both of these names have a larger float than initially when they ran up. I think there's potential here for the fader, okay? I'm not going to sit here and call the top on any of the names, but I am focused on finding the backside. I think there's a lot of opportunity on the short. One thing to note is AMC is hard to borrow. It's a cheaper stock. More people are looking for the short. GameStop is not hard to borrow. So if you're looking for shares to short, GME is going to be your stock. This is the first red day we're seeing along this ramp on either GME or AMC. $200 is a key focus on GME as far as a resistance zone. Above that, you're looking at, let's say, 225 and 250, a good watch. As far as a pullback on these, 150 is the first target, which you could easily see on the first significant down day. Following that, you're looking at 130 as the first next significant demand zone. On AMC, essentially back to 20 bucks is what my first target would be on that. I'm going to be stalking this GME tomorrow, looking to take a position. We saw a flush here into the close, effectively trapping all these consolidation and a high of day breakout longs here. All these longs got trapped into the close. They're going to be added supply. This $200, or you could rather say, let's just say 195, 200 resistance zone is the first idea for a short setup. So assuming we open tomorrow around 180 and he pops towards that 190 plus area is where you're looking for to take that short position. But the way we close and the way we trap those longs, it seems like we could see a gap down tomorrow, but we'll wait and see. There's plenty of meat on the bone. You don't got to catch the 199 short. Plenty of meat on the bone back down here to 130s, okay? Which would be my 150, 130 is my target demand zone for the short idea. AMC, GME, and also Bed Bath & Beyond, BBBY are all running in tandem. So what one does, the other one's going to do. Head of the snake in this situation really is AMC and GME. I think it's AMC just because this has been the strongest name. When AMC dies, GME is going to get killed, and BBBY is going to get, wow, I can't type it. BBBY is going to get killed as well. So if AMC dies, watch that. Anything under 28, and we're going to see both names roll. I really like BBBY for another short. If we can get let's see GME over 200 towards 215, 220, BBBY through 30, and then AMC through, let's just say 32, 33. I'm going to look to start shorting some BBBY. Of course, shorting some GME. I'm probably going to leave AMC alone just because, like I said, hard to borrow, and I'd rather trade this name that's up the most from a percentage basis, which would actually be GME. But BBBY, completely unrelated name. It also had a stake in it. That's what this parabolic was. And look, it dumped the whole move. Any move back up into 30, 32 range is going to be a good short on BBBY. So that's how I'm looking to capitalize on the GameStop and also the AMC and BBBY momentum, okay? I'm looking to short Bed Bath & Beyond, short GameStop, all trading off of that GME 200 level. Let's see what we do during pre-market tomorrow, after hours tomorrow. One final note I want to make here on these names is they can literally do anything, so make sure your risk is always capped. I'm saying 200 is the top now because that's what we've seen first red day. Anything could happen. We could see a PR after hours and we break 200. Over 200, you just refer to the next demand zones. Don't all in short here thinking that we're just going to go ahead and die because all these longs got trapped. Next thing you know, the shorts that might have piled into this move or shorting here after hours get trapped on a gap up over 190, and then we see another runner. Okay, this is not going to be an easy fade. We saw a halt here early today on GME, and it faded hard after that. People called the in, and guess what? They all got trapped immediately on this V-shaped bounce. This is not going to be an easy fader, but I'm really stalking it because, like I said, there's a lot of meat on the bone. We were $80 just, a little over a week ago. Okay, $80 on GME, just off an increase of stake. I think it was $10 million to $10 million increase in stake. Okay. I think there's going to be opportunity looking at BBBY as this name can definitely fade back down towards this. Oh, get this out the way. Can definitely fade back down towards this coin dollar level as well. And there are shares of short on this too. This will be likely one of the weaker names. As soon as this is the only reason this name is up is because the other runners are up. And BBBY ran way back in the day during the first GME AMC run. Right. This should be one of the first names to give it up on the downside. So I'm also watching this name to kind of catch a couple points down towards that 22, 23 range on the downside as well. I think that's pretty much all I've got here. One thing I do want to note is once retail, what we're seeing, I believe what we're seeing here is just a short squeeze. A lot of funds that have been short this backside kind of panic covering, right, as we're seeing moves up. And of course, we're getting some call buying and some hedging and etc. Gamma squeeze, whatever. But I don't expect the same kind of move as we had way back here on GME. What I'm looking, or way back here rather, I should say. What I'm looking for is for this name to top out at most 230s. Let's say 200 to 230 top out and roll back over from whence it came down to 130 sub. Okay, over the next few weeks. That's what I'm looking for, and I think there's a lot of opportunity on this short. All right, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Continue to develop that bot mentality, which is that trading mentality where you learn to eliminate your emotions so you can trade like a machine, guys. I'm out of here. Deuces.